Deals are amazing things. They don't die in the sales call. They will most likely die in the meetings that happen after you leave. That's happening behind closed doors between stakeholders with competing agendas and politics that have nothing to do with your solution. You can do everything right. You could have discussed the pain, you've done the ROI, you've done the budget alignment, and still you're going to lose a conversation because you're not part of the real conversation. Today, I'm going to give you a look behind the curtain, because if you're selling in without accounting for internal chaos, then you're not selling, you're just hoping. Hi, I'm Dr. Deepak Bhootra. I'm a sales strategist, I'm an advisor, and I'm a former sales ops global leader who's seen how deals really fall apart from the inside. I typically work with consultants, founders, and sales teams who are navigating high stakes, high complexity deals. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that the biggest threat to your pipeline isn't always a bad pitch. It's sometimes the decision-making chaos that you never get to see. Let me take you inside one of the biggest deals I've ever lost and what it taught me about how deals really die. I had a dream deal, a multi-million-dollar potential, champion absolutely on my side, coaching me, telling me what to do. Procurement was very active. Give us this, give us that. The tech teams were engaged. Can it scale? Can it do this? Green lights all across the board. Blink, blink, blink. And then guess what? Silence. Something just happened and the rejection didn't come in. Silence was amazing. There were no dismissals, but we started seeing calendar invites disappearing. So I asked my champion in the organization, is everything okay behind the scenes? And his answer was brilliant. It's not you, it's us. The CFO and the CIO are battling over who owns this project. Your deal's unfortunately caught in the crossfire and boom, boom. And that for me was a big lesson. I realized that most deals don't die because of your pitch. They die because of internal dysfunction you never saw coming. We are taught to pitch to decision makers, right? We need to show ROI, we need to handle objections, we share a clean, crisp value prop. But when it comes to enterprise sales, you got to understand one thing. It's never just one buyer. It's a maze of departments, priorities, and people protecting their turf. It's messy. It's political, it's territorial. Your deal touches multiple teams, budgets, and egos. Some of those, to be honest with you don't even know existed. And behind every yes or no is a landmine that you didn't plant, but you're going to step into it. Who owns the budget? Who's afraid this will create more work for them? Whose authority gets challenged if this project gets approved or gets through? Your solution becomes the proverbial political football. And that Zoom call, that's not the game. That's just the highlight reel. What most sellers forget is that the buying conversation doesn't stop. It has shifted. When you're not in the room, someone else is carrying your message. But if that message lacks teeth, if it's vague, generic, or misaligned, your champion won't stand a chance. Do you see where I'm going here? Your champion is going to fumble when they're challenged because they're not just relaying facts, they are navigating emotions, defending decisions, and handling power dynamics. All of this is happening in your absence, my friend. That's why deals fall apart in the middle. Not from lack of value, but from the lack of internal clarity and conviction. So what do top sellers do differently? Top sellers don't just run better demos. They map the organization. They anticipate these power plays. They navigate decision dynamics most sellers never even consider. And here's how they do it. 1. They ask real questions. Forget a simple question. Who's the decision maker? No. Try. Who's going to hate this idea? Where could this get blocked? What's the internal friction I should know about? These are very direct questions. These questions surface the politics that actually kill deals. Number 2, they coach their champion. Because your buyer isn't just buying, they're selling. They're selling on your behalf in rooms you're not invited to. So don't just hand them a deck of slides, right? Or help them shape the internal narrative. Top sellers make sure their champion knows how to defend the deal. They reframe tough questions and they keep the conversation alive when it's under attack. Top sellers simulate the meetings that will happen after the sales call. What's happening inside? They role play pushback from finance. They preempt resistance from security or even a legal deal. They ensure the champion isn't just excited but equipped. You're sending him to war. Come on, make him fight for you. And the most important thing that I really realized is that top sellers are actually very good at something very interesting. It's not just that they preempt resistance, but they also ensure the excitement carries on. They normalize the chaos. Normalizing chaos is simply meaning that the top sellers know that internal dysfunction isn't the exception. It's the norm. They expect it. So instead of panicking when the energy dips, they say, hey, let me guess. There's some internal swirl going on, right? And the buyer exhales because someone finally gets it. They're not just evaluating a solution. They are weighing the emotional, political, and reputational cost of saying yes. If you help your buyer navigate that. Understand something. You're not a vendor anymore. You're their partner. You're their guide. I highly recommend that if you really want to work on this a bit further, I'm available. Give me a shout. Let's book a strategy call. Let me help you build systems that sell into chaos, not around it. Remember, the best sellers don't just close the deal in front of them. They're shaping conversation in the rooms they will never step into. Now that, my friend, is real influence. That's the edge. And that is when you really know you reach the top. And by the way, see you at the top. Take care. Bye-bye.